Another glorious day in the Corps. Day in the Marine Corps is like a day on the farm. Every meal's a banquet. Every paycheck a fortune. Every formation a parade. I love the Corps.
Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop where we are continuing to work on Vasquez from the Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Corps box game. So we've kind of already done pretty much her BTUs, or battle dress uniforms. So now we're going to pull her apart again, like that, and we are going to work on her face, hair, and bandana, and see how that gets on. Yeah. So how's everybody out there today? Working? Sorry, I'm a little distracted at the moment. Just, kind of quiet today, but that's okay. So what we're doing is we're taking Bugman's Glow. That's there. We're going to use that as our base for her face, and actually for her skin. Well, I mean, it's all kind of the same. It's all kind of the same thing, really. Face, skin, but that's okay. But since we have this part of the model actually in our holder, we're going to work on this part right now. And so we're just trying to get into all the small little nooks and crannies, and if we go over onto the green of the camouflage, or the eye piece, that's not the worst thing to happen in the world. We can fix that. Now, we're going to do things just a little bit differently than what I usually do for my skin tones. Skin tones I usually bring up a little bit lighter, but since she's got a darker skin tone, I'm actually going to leave her where she is, at least on the face. And we are going to give her a quick wash to help bring out the the details. Oh, I'm so looking forward to having Vasquez done. And besides Ripley, she's actually one of, if not my favorite character out of Aliens. You know, she was just awesome. I loved her. Okay, and we're gonna actually do the same colors for her arms. A little bit more watered down than I wanted, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Now the thing with Vasquez is that she actually has gloves on, but the gloves have kind of a hole on the back of the hand that we're gonna make sure that we paint in. And again, if it gets a little messy, that's okay, because we're going to go back over with the black to tidy up everything anyway. So what we're doing is we're just getting down her now we're just getting down the color for her skin. I hope everybody can still see what I'm doing. I do apologize when I move out of frame. I'm moving it so I can see what I'm doing and forget that you guys need to see what I'm doing. Otherwise, there's really no point in filming what I'm doing. So, I kind of apologize for that. There we go. One arm. Start on the second arm. She's a big, powerful lady. Well, she's actually quite a petite lady, but she's a big, powerful lady that has one of the biggest guns in the one of the biggest handheld guns in the Marine Armory. It's the smart gun. Now, some cool things about the smart gun. well, at least not necessarily the actual smart gun, like if it was a real deal smart gun, but if it was sorry, words are bad today apparently. Um, the actual the filming prop of the smart gun, not the actual real, if it were a real gun, but the actual filming prop. The filming prop actually used Steadicam harnesses. So whenever when you see the smart guns and you see that neat little armature that they have from the waist of the gunner to the gun, it's actually um, from 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 a Steadicam, which I thought was pretty cool. See, I love to learn the backs, you know, I love to learn about how things go on behind the scenes. It doesn't ruin the magic for me. In fact, it actually enhances the magic for me. It makes things even that much that much more. It makes it better. I like to know how things are done. I think that's super cool when I actually find out. So special features on DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever. I love those things, especially making of specials. Because like I said, if I know how it's done, I just find it really, really neat. So I was actually quite fascinated to find out that the harnesses on these smart guns were just Steadicam harnesses that the cameraman use. I thought that was just cool as all heck. I liked it. I thought it was neat. You might not. Finding out things oops, might ruin the magic for you. Might not ruin the magic for you. Excuse me 1 minute. Excuse me a second. Drop my paintbrush. Can't have. Drop my paintbrush. Can't have that. Otherwise, I can't paint miniatures. The skin tone on the arms are done too. Now, because she's supposed to be Hispanic in nature, and we're going to leave the darker tone, the base tone, and we're going to work it up from there. we'll see how it goes. And while we were gone, I was working on the bishop, the half bishop, and Burke figures from the game. And you guys saw last time that I was working on Burke. I have to do a few details on the watch yet, but for the most part, Burke is at least good enough. Good enough for the game, I think. The camera's still trying to figure out what it's doing. And there's good old bishop. Well, I don't know when things stopped recording, but here we are, and we're just gonna continue on, and hopefully it wasn't too bad. I'm still trying to get the camera to focus in on things. It's even not that far away, but anyway. All I'm doing now is just highlighting her face with the color Bugsman Glow. Trying to keep it watered down, thinned down. Just build it up in nice layers. Trying to give her the highlights where they would be. And we're still keeping some of the darker color in the recesses. We're actually going to do the same thing using the same brush for the arms. Take a little bit more of the Bugsman Glow, put it on the pad. And kind of work the arms up too. So I have no idea if much of what I said before was taped, but I very much like to know how things were done. You know, like I was saying before, the harnesses that were used for the smart guns in the film were actually made from Steadicams. So I found that just incredibly interesting. I love knowing that stuff like that doesn't actually ruin the magic of the movies for me. It actually enhances the magic, and that's for me. It's not for everybody. You know, you might like to suspend disbelief and just go for it. But I mean, I don't know. For me, it's almost like knowing how they do it helps me suspend the disbelief. So I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. Understanding the magic behind, basically behind the curtain, is so what does it for me. It yeah, like I said, it kind of enhances the movie for me. It helps me uh, I don't know. It just helps me enjoy the movie just a little bit more. Um, like if we go to, it's not aliens related at all, but if we go to Superman Returns with Brandon Routh, they actually put him in a swimming pool and used how he moved in a swimming pool to figure out how they were going to make him fly. And to me, that's just really, no pun intended, but that's just super cool. I really like knowing that. It's one of those neat little tidbits of information. Oh. Okay. Now we're going to move to a different color. It's called Cadian Flesh Tone. We're going to use that for just some of the very tip-top highlights of the skin. Yep. Put that down for a second. Well, we might have an issue here. Well, it looks like my Acadian flesh tone. May or may not be viable. I'm hoping that maybe I can get away with what I need. Or at least the face. Well, I will be right back with a new pot of Acadian flesh tone, and we will continue on our way. All right.